DSTV revenue plummets as MultiChoice loses nearly 4 million subscribers. MultiChoice, the operator of DSTV, has experienced a significant decline in subscriber base, dropping from over 23 million to 19.3 million within a span of less than 2 years. This reduction of approximately 3.7 million subscribers has led to a notable decrease in the company's revenue. A substantial portion of these losses occurred outside South Africa, with over 84% of affected users being DSTV customers. The company attributes this decline primarily to economic pressures in key markets, particularly Nigeria, where inflation has remained above 30% for the majority of the last 12 months. Additionally, extreme power disruptions in Zambia have further contributed to the subscriber loss. In the recent operational update, MultiChoice highlighted that the challenging consumer environment has resulted in a decline in subscribers and limited revenue growth. The company is also facing increased regulatory scrutiny, with Nigerian Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission (FCCPC) recently filing charges against MultiChoice for allegedly violating local regulatory directives. Kogi Council Chairman imposes curfew to stop Senator Natasha's homecoming. Kogi Local Government Area Chairman Macaroni has declared an indefinite curfew across the council due to security concerns and the need to uphold public order. This decision followed increased political activity, particularly the planned homecoming of Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, who represents Kogi Central Senatorial District. In a personally issued statement, Monday explained that the curfew aligns with directives from the Kogi State Government and the Commissioner of Police. He stated that the measure aims to curb what he described as unauthorized political rallies and unregulated public gatherings that could disrupt peace and stability. The curfew, which takes immediate effect, restricts movement and public gatherings in designated areas. Anyone found loitering or assembling in restricted zones without prior authorization from relevant authorities will face arrest and prosecution, the statement read. The chairman emphasized that safeguarding residents remains his administration's priority and warned that any actions inciting unrest or threatening public peace will not be tolerated. The curfew follows heightened political tensions in Kogi State, especially surrounding Senator Natasha, a key opposition figure. Her planned visit to Okene has raised concerns among local officials who fear possible clashes between rival political supporters. Some analysts view the curfew and the ban on political gatherings as a strategic move to suppress opposition ahead of the upcoming elections. Earlier, Sahara reporters reported that the Kogi State Police Command, acting under directive from Governor Usman Ododo's administration, prohibited the planned rally for Senator Natasha. While the decision has sparked outrage among her supporters, who sees it as politically motivated, the police defended the ban. According to a statement by the command spokesperson, SP William Ovie Aya, intelligence reports suggested that hoodlums plan to hijack the event and incite unrest. Meanwhile, Senator Natasha's supporters have demanded an immediate reversal of the curfew, calling it an effort to silence the opposition. Protests erupts in Benue State over constant herdsmen killings as residents chant Enugu gree. In April 2024, residents of Gwere Local Government Area (LGA) in Benue State protested against ongoing attacks by suspected armed herdsmen, which resulted in the deaths of over 28 individuals across several communities. The protesters blocked the Macaroni road, demanding stricter enforcement of the state's anti-grazing law. The attacks occurred over several days, with 6 security personnel from the Benue State Community Volunteer Guards and Livestock Guards killed around Mbakwande village on a Saturday. The following day, 16 individuals were murdered in Gwayarua community, and on Monday, 6 more were killed along the Adokanaka road. Additionally, several residents were reportedly kidnapped during these incidents. Protesters carried placards with messages such as "Enough is enough, we are tired of this death," and we demand total enforcement of the anti-open grazing law. They called on both state and federal government to protect them from the violent attacks. Local leaders, including former local government area chairman Francis Ayaga, attributed the renewed insecurity to the lack of full implementation of the open grazing prohibition and ranches establishment law. They urged the government to provide logistical support to security agencies and community volunteer guards to restore peace in the area. Governor Hyacinth earlier expressed shock over the killings, describing the attacks as horrific. He called on security agencies to rescue those kidnapped and to apprehend the perpetrators. The governor also extended his condolences to the families of the victims and urged the community to cooperate with authorities to bring those responsible to justice. This protest underscores the community's frustration and demand for decisive action to address the persistent security challenges posed by armed herdsmen in Benue State. Petrol prices will drop to 750 naira per litre by year-end, says NIPSS. The National Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies (NIPSS) has reassured Nigerians that the cost of premium motor spirit petrol will decrease once the Dangote refinery and other domestic refineries become fully operational. Before the fuel subsidy was removed, petrol sold for under 200 naira per litre. However, prices have now skyrocketed to approximately 930 naira per litre, varying by location. Despite this sharp increase, NIPSS Director General Ayo Omotayo expressed optimism about future relief. Omotayo explained that as more refineries come online, fuel prices are expected to decline. Following the initial subsidy removal, we now have the Dangote refinery starting operations along with other refineries. For instance, the Port Harcourt refinery has reportedly run non-stop for about 110 days. These are some of the immediate benefits, he said. He projected that petrol prices could fall to around 750 naira per litre by year's end and that the exchange rate will stabilize. We anticipate prices dropping to as low as 750 naira before December. Additionally, we expect the exchange rate to settle at about 1,300 naira per dollar by the end of the year, with further improvements as more refineries begin production. Eventually, Nigeria will become a net exporter of petroleum products, he added. While acknowledging the current hardship faced by Nigerians, Omotayo maintained that the country will reap long-term benefits from the subsidy removal. The immediate gains may seem minimal, but in the long run, the sacrifices made today will pay off, he stated. Defending the policy, Omotayo noted that while the short-term impact is challenging, the move will ultimately strengthen the economy. Most advantages will emerge in the medium to long term. For now, the government has rolled out palliative measures to support vulnerable citizens. Everyone must adapt their spending habits during this transition, he said. He admitted that the benefits aren't yet visible, but stressed with time, Nigerians will recover from the current sacrifices. Tribunal to deliver judgment on Edo guber election petition Wednesday. The Edo State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal is scheduled to deliver its judgment on Wednesday, April 2nd, 2025, regarding the petition filed by the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and its candidate Asue Ighodalo. They are challenging the declaration of Monday Okpebholo of the All Progressives Congress (APC) as the winner of the September 24, 2024 governorship election in Edo State. The tribunal, led by Justice Wilfred Pochi, had previously reserved judgment on March 3rd after parties adopted their final written addresses. The PDP and Mr. Ighodalo alleged that the election was marred by irregularities and are seeking to nullify INEC's declaration of Mr. Okpebholo as the winner. In an unusual development, copies of a purported tribunal judgment surfaced online ahead of the official ruling. The leaked document suggests a split decision with a 2-1 majority in favor of dismissing the petition and upholding Mr. Okpebholo's victory. The tribunal has not officially commented on the authenticity of the document. The official judgment will be delivered at the tribunal sitting in Abuja on Wednesday. All parties involved and the general public await the tribunal's decision with keen interest. No tribe superior to another. Macaroni over invasion of Enugu community by herdsmen. Popular Nigerian content creator and human rights activist Mr. Macaroni has reacted to the ongoing crisis in Enugu State. Reports indicate that over 44 farm settlements known as Ndiagu have been taken over, forcing residents to flee their homes and seek refuge in nearby communities. The affected areas include Abo Ishala, Mbuji, Agu Amade, Ehagu, and Umugu. Sharing the news on his X account, Mr. Macaroni urged the government to take immediate action to protect its citizens. Expressing his frustration, he criticized the silence of both federal and state authorities amid the violence in the south, calling it an injustice. He emphasized that no ethnic group is superior to another. This kind of evil must be condemned by all. The government must not only take action but also demonstrate zero tolerance for such barbaric acts. When the authorities remain silent, people feel compelled to defend themselves, which only escalates the situation and results in the loss of innocent lives. Injustice is injustice, no matter where it occurs, whether in the north, east, south or west. We must always stand against it. No individual, group or tribe is superior to another. Everyone's right must be respected. Follow for more. April 1st, 2025.